daughter told me it's tough, but she is working to forgive the person that took her mother's life.
It's hard for me to forget this. I would want to know why. Because she didn't deserve this. Turn yourself in. Turn yourself in so that the family can have closure.
No arrests have been made in Turner Jones' death, but if you have any information that could help the TBI or law enforcement solve this case, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. In Brownsville, Tavarius Haywood, Action News 5.
The man accused of trying to break into Margolin Hebrew Academy, armed with a gun, booked by Memphis police today. Police say this man, Bowman, tried to get into the school on South White Station Road on Monday, armed with a gun. When he couldn't get in, police say Bowman fired shots outside the school before driving away. Officers spotted his truck on McCrory Street in Berkeley, where Bowman ended up getting shot by an MPD officer after he allegedly drew a gun on the officer. He's charged with reckless endangerment, attempted second-degree murder, assaulting a first responder, and other gun charges.
3 people killed overnight while riding in golf carts near Liberty Park. The vehicle that hit the golf carts went up in flames, and the passengers ran from the scene. As Action News 5's Stephanie Douglas reports, the people on the golf carts were attending a major event right here in the Bluff City.
Joe Joy, sadly, 4 people lost their lives Thursday morning while attending the 46th annual Biker Roundup rally. The event has brought out around 25,000 people to Liberty Park. Now, according to Memphis police, the accident happened just before 1 a.m. this morning. A Chrysler 300 hit 4 men on 2 golf carts while they were traveling on Southern Avenue. 3 of those men died on scene while another was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition. The driver and 3 passengers in the Chrysler 300 left the crash site before police arrived. Now, hours before that crash, Memphis police says another biker died in a single vehicle accident just a few hundred feet outside of Liberty Park. The organizer of the 46th annual Biker Roundup rally says she talked with the families and is helping them make funeral arrangements. In light of these accidents, they say they're taking more safety precautions.
And we have a lot of the MPD on site, and we're telling them to slow down. We actually was putting a plan together that all this happened, to slow down, watch out, let somebody know where you're going at all times.
The 46th annual Biker Roundup rally is just 3 days into a 6-day event underway right now. If you know any information regarding this deadly hit-and-run crash, you're encouraged to contact Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH. Reporting in Memphis, I'm Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
Answering the tough questions, Germantown city leaders hosting a town hall tonight to talk about the recent water contamination crisis.
Residents were without usable tap water, you recall, for about a week because of a diesel fuel leak that hit a local reservoir. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson joins us live from the Germantown Performing Arts Center, GPAC, where the town hall started moments ago. Joyce?
Yeah, it literally just started moments ago. Let me show you what you will encounter if you show up here. When you come in, you will go through a security checkpoint. They are wanding everyone before you come into the Performing Arts Center. And then once you get in, you're going to come into the main auditorium, and all of the officials are at a table at the front. You'll see them. And then there are still plenty of seats available, even though a lot of people have been turning up for this. I'm getting quiet now as we approach the doorway because they have just started talking about how this water crisis started. You know, it's been a week now, less than a week, since residents of Germantown were given the all clear to use the tap water again, and still a lot of questions remain. Residents want to know how diesel fuel leaked out of a generator during refueling at a water treatment plant. plant. One employee has been placed on leave, but Germantown officials have not spelled out why or ID'd that employee. Leadership has also been heavily criticized in the way it communicated with residents throughout this crisis. So this town hall is scheduled tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. The mayor and his staff are then expected to hold a news conference right after at about 8:15 p.m. You can watch the town hall on the city's YouTube channel, or you can tune in to Action News 5 at 5 and 10 tonight, or rather 10 o'clock tonight, and I'll wrap up the information shared at tonight's town hall. Again, the Performing Arts Center, 6 to 8 p.m. at Town Hall on Germantown's water crisis underway right now. Reporting live in Germantown, I'm Joyce Peterson. Joe, Joy, back to you.
Thank you, Joyce. New here at 6, the damage price tag finally released after the return of Memphis in May International Festival to the renovated Tom Lee Park. An invoice from Montgomery Martin Contractors to Memphis River Parks partnership lists damage costing more than $1.4 million. $750,000 of that is covered by a damage deposit, bringing the final cost for Memphis in May International Festival to more than $675,000. Among the damage listed on the invoice: cracked asphalt, grease and oil stains, gouged wood, plant damage, fencing damage, and damages to park lighting and electrical systems. That bill is due to be paid by next Saturday, August 12th. You can see the entire invoice on our website, actionnews5.com. All right, we thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, a big focus this time of year, Joy, is our weather. And we are going to be headed towards some dangerously high temperatures as we head toward the weekend. The man who knows all about that, Chief Meteorologist Ron Childress.
Yes, indeed, Joe, but an active pattern complicates those temperatures to some degree. As a matter of fact, kept us from getting into the upper 90s today as storms moved in from the northwest. We've got a stalled front that's just lingering over the area right now. We're on the dry side, but we're still going to see more disturbances moving through. Right now, nothing in the way of precipitation, and a look outside from our High 5 camera in Midtown. It is dry. How are things playing out in the area? Well, we still have an excessive heat warning that remains, that will go into effect at 9 o'clock and remain until 8 o'clock for eastern Arkansas, and a heat advisory for Memphis and Shelby County remains until 8 this evening. It's 93 right now. That's our high today. Feels like it's 107, however. As we get into the evening planner, we're going to keep a 20% chance of a stray shower in the mix. Temperatures only in the 80s tonight. So here's what you need to know. Stray showers possible tonight. We still have an active pattern in place, and the heat and humidity remain as well. Your first alert to all of it and a look ahead to your weekend just minutes away.
One mom is keeping her late son's dream alive. The mission she is on to help Fraser students get ready for the new school year.
But first, the search for a new MSCS superintendent continues into another school year. How the Board of Education is still trying to fill that key position.
The Memphis Shelby County Schools Board released an updated job posting for the district's next superintendent. The board says they revised the job description to better reflect the attributes they're looking for. The applications will be accepted through the fall with candidate interviews scheduled for winter. MSCS is the largest public school district in the state of Tennessee.
2 local leaders are taking action tonight to help residents living in one Memphis senior facility. State Representative G.A. Hardaway and the Shelby County Property Assessor Melvin Burgess call conditions alarming at Serenity Towers on South Highland. They say residents have complained to them that air conditioning is failing and elevators are often out of order, trapping residents on high floors.
But this is the most disgusting instance of constituency problems that I have had. I ain't never seen nothing like this, where those who are on fixed income, those who are disabled, those who are senior, those who should be enjoying the quiet enjoyment of their homes during this period of their lives, are in the worst possible situation.
And Property Assessor Burgess says he will appoint a team to assess the condition of that property.
One Memphis mom is making sure her 15-year-old son's dream to help those in need comes true. Jermesia Vance is hosting a backpack drive in Frazier this weekend. Her son, 15-year-old Rodriguez Minor Jr., was killed last year. But before he died, he wanted to host a back-to-school drive. Vance says her son would have been entering his senior year in high school and would be proud of her efforts.
He was more into making sure that the kids was prepared for school, because me as a mother, I always make sure that they was ready for school 2 years in advance. Like they had school supplies, enough backpacks to last them for like 2-3 school years. So he decided that he wanted to give some of the backpacks away.
The backpack drive takes place this Saturday at the Legacy Impact Center from 12 to 3. Well, people are itching to get out and travel after the pandemic, but the vast majority are experiencing issues trying to do so. Up next, how you can make your trip smooth sailing.
This broadcast is sponsored by Best Care Plumbing, Heating, and Air. When it comes to your comfort, you deserve the best. You're watching Action News 5 at 6.
Travel woes are on the rise this summer, with about 3 in 4 travelers experiencing issues, according to a new Bankrate.com survey. Consumer investigator Rachel DePompa finds out the most common issues and what you can do to make sure your trip's a little smoother.
Higher prices, that's the biggest issue reported by summer travelers, according to a new Bankrate.com survey. Ted Rossman says the 77% of travelers experiencing this is probably even higher because airfares and hotel costs are up about 20% over the past 2 years. 1 in 4 travelers are experiencing things like delayed or canceled trips, long waits, poor customer service. Rossman says TSA screenings are up about 10% from the same period last year.
This pent-up demand is still a real thing. People are still itching to get back out there after the pandemic. They're absorbing higher prices, but all these crowds plus limited supply is leading to a lot of backups.
Rossman says look to your credit card for possible relief. A lot of credit cards come with free travel insurance perks. Let's say your flight was canceled. Maybe your credit card company can get you on a new flight, or maybe it can put you up in a hotel for the night at no additional cost.
Rental car insurance is another good perk, or money back if your luggage is late so that you can buy toiletries and other essentials. Credit card travel insurance can actually be really valuable. I think it's also important to be aware that these kind of things are happening and prepare, maybe get to the airport extra early.
When it comes to the price, Rossman says be flexible in your travel if possible to get the best deal. Can you travel in the off season or use rewards points or miles to offset the cost? So often people box themselves in saying, I want to go to this place on this date. That makes it harder to save. The more flexible you can be, the better deals you can find. With This Watch in Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Tickets for one of our Bluff City's biggest events annually on the national stage, and they are coming up strong today. They are getting ready for sale. Right now, they're available.
And we're making it easy for you and your family to find them. The 2023 FedEx St. Jude Championship tees off next week. Now, if you want to go and get tickets, you can point your camera at the QR code there on your screen right now, and it will take you straight to the link for a family pass.
And the pass also includes 1 free parking pass when you purchase 2 to 4 tickets to get in the golf tournament. The family pass offer runs through Sunday, so don't miss out.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Ron Childers here with that look at our forecast for today.
And looking ahead, your first alert to the golf tournament, we're looking at the potential for some cooler temperatures. As a matter of fact, we may see upper 80s as the first round of play begins next week. But there's still a little heat to get through. And some rain as well. Now, things are dry right now. Our first alert Doppler radar finding nothing in the way of precipitation, but I'm tracking an active pattern. Stalled front just kind of lingering over the area, and that upper level flow from the northwest continues, and that's going to drive disturbances along that front, mainly to our north and east. But the potential for a little rain to come into play in the mid-south still exists. Now, the heavier precipitation will likely be in southeastern Missouri, western Kentucky, into middle Tennessee. But notice a portion of the Action News 5 coverage area still comes within the spectrum of rainfall. And Storm Prediction Center today placing a marginal or a lower threat level of level 1 over the entire Action News 5 coverage area for Friday. Now, I think we're going to see about a 30% chance of rain from northeast Arkansas through a good portion of West Tennessee. But areas got clipped today: Dyer County, Crockett, Haywood, and even McNairy County. You're looking at about a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms. Now, right now, dry conditions. A look outside from our High 5 camera in downtown. But we still have an excessive heat warning until 9 o'clock tonight. Heat advisory for Memphis and Shelby County remains until 9. Right now, it feels like it's 107. Feels like it's 116 in Tunica, but air temperatures vary from 86 in Dyersburg to 93 in Memphis to 97 in Helena. Futurecast from now until 10, showing clouds for the most part, but I can't rule out a stray shower between now and then. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, I think we're going to see another disturbance moving from the northwest to the southeast, but the bulk of precipitation to our east. However, along and east of the Mississippi River, there will still be a chance for a stray shower. Now, by 2, I think we're dealing with clouds, but it's still going to be warm, still going to be muggy, and we'll deal with some heat. Hanging in the lower 90s by 7 tomorrow evening, but we could be dealing with a little rain late tomorrow night. So partly cloudy, stray shower possible tonight, 20% chance, 81 will be our low. 20% chance of rain in play for a good part of the day tomorrow. As a matter of fact, slightly higher probability in the early morning hours. I think 30% overall, but partly cloudy, 96. An isolated storm still possible. The heat still the main factor, and it's going to feel like it's about 103 to 105 for most of the afternoon. And as a result, excessive heat warning for eastern Arkansas, parts of northwest Mississippi, but a heat advisory for Memphis, Shelby County, and points north and east. 7-day forecast will hit 95 Saturday, 93 Sunday, but scattered showers mainly during the afternoon both days. 30% chance lingers for next week, but look at those highs. Upper 80s to low 90s. A little break from the heat coming. More of Action News 5 at 6 right after this.
Hi, how are you? Doc Holliday. The Memphis Tigers' first basketball game in the Dominican Republic got off to a horrible start yesterday. Before the Tigers even got to the stadium, their bus got stuck in traffic, so they had to call the shuttle van to come pick up the players. Now, the van only picked up the players, not the equipment, so the basketball staff had to carry the equipment about the length of 4 football fields past thousands of hyped-up Dominican basketball fans. Then when the Tigers finally got to the stadium, a very experienced Dominican team who's getting ready for the FIBA World Cup later this month gave them their work. And it was a friendly face giving the Tigers that work the worst. Former Memphis Tiger Lester Quinones, who plays for the Golden State Warriors, is playing for the Dominican national team, and Lester went off. Quinones scoring a game-high 30 points, which included going 6 for 9 from three-point range, helping his team to a 91-84 win over his former team. Not only did the Tigers have to overcome 8,000 people pulling against them, they had to overcome a 23-point deficit, which they did, behind 18 points from new Tiger Caleb Mills and 13 points from new Tiger Javon Quinterly. The Tigers cutting their deficit to 3 late in the fourth quarter before eventually falling by 7. The Tigers back on the court tomorrow night against the Dominican Select Squad. While the basketball playing Tigers basketballing in the DR, the football playing Tigers footballing on the GW. Get well. The Tigers have officially started training camp, which means their goal of consistently putting together a full 60 minutes of good football has started. Last year, Ryan Silverfield's squad lost several games despite dominating in those games.
Last year, we didn't do a great job of finishing games, and we didn't do a great job of finishing everything that we wanted to set out to accomplish. And so you look at that, we talked about today, going out there and finishing stretch to the best of your ability. Go out there and finishing ball security, right? Owning the football. Go out there and finish raking at the ball, trying to knock it away. Go out there and finish period 7, right? Go out there and finish all the way through the end of practice to make sure that we are able to play a 4-quarter football game.
Fourth shot, finish it.
All right, GW, huh?
I was about to say, that's all I'm calling it from this point going forward. GW, footballing on the G-Dub.
I love it.
Hey, listen, we've got more heat to get through. Mid-90s tomorrow, but there's still a chance of rain. I think we'll see scattered showers and storms Saturday, Sunday. We'll talk more about that on TV tonight at 10.
All right, we're back on the big TV station tonight at 10 o'clock. Among our stories, the latest from Germantown on the water issues there, and the latest on Tom Lee Park at 10 on TV.
Stream Action News 5 for free on actionnews5.com, on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Sponsored by Sissy's Log Cabin. Shop the region's largest selection of exclusive designer jewelry, loose diamonds, one-of-a-kind estate pieces, and more at the best prices guaranteed.